Okay, there's credits. We'll take it. All right. First things first. The bottom center of the screen says that we've beaten 120 games this year, and 442 since we started doing this in 2020. Those numbers are now incorrect. We've now beaten 121 games in 2023, and 443 since we started doing this in 2020. All right. Wow, it ended so abruptly for me that I'm not sure I have my thoughts together on this game, but let's give it a go. Let's start here. I loved this game, in large part because it's a roguelike, and I think the worst roguelike I've ever played was still something I quite enjoyed. So, really liked. So, of course I was going to love it, unless it was absolutely just an atrocity. But beyond that, there were some certain things about it I liked quite a bit. The art design and just general tone of the game and the hand-drawn look is all very charming, very cool, very memorable, very unique. And it lends itself well to a roguelike. It works really well. It's kind of got that Hades tone to it, where it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but even more so, even more comedy-laden. At least Hades has serious moments. This doesn't really seem to. At least not what I saw. And it worked well. I liked that. The combat was great. I wouldn't say it was perfect, but I would say it was great. The combat was really good. The stuff that you can pick up to improve your combat was great. I've seen better, because games like Dreamscaper exist, and Hades and things like that, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was definitely not on the lower end. I thought that the boss fights were very good. They were tough, but they were good. As far as issues go, I did have one issue, which is that, what happened, if you didn't watch the whole video, what happened is I got a broken build on my 14th run, and I just completed everything there was that I could complete in a run. So I beat the game in a single, suddenly, after having only beaten the second boss. Then I beat the third and fourth boss, just because I got a build that was so broken that I was basically unkillable. There's an ability, this regenerate ability you can get in this game. It's too good. It basically stops you from being able to die. And so I rode that all the way to the end. And that's, lucky me, but also that needs to be nerfed. That regenerate ability needs to be nerfed. What else? I don't think I don't think some of the variety or some of the weapons and upgrades and all that stuff was that clear. I had to look some things up, like about rarity and upgrades of weapons and things like that. It didn't feel like it explained very well. So that's a little bit of a nitpick, but that could have been better. And I didn't. There wasn't. I've seen. When I think of like a really good roguelike, I think of like a ridiculous amount of weapon variety. Like, even more than Hades. Like, I think of Dreamscaper. Dreamscaper is, I think, my favorite roguelike. It might be BPM, but that's for a whole different reason. Anyway, but this game had the variety. It just didn't have the most, I really don't have a lot more to say negative-wise. It was a very, very good game. It's definitely got a Hollow Knight vibe to it as far as like the way that combat actually plays. But obviously the combat's a lot more interesting since it changes with every run and you get different abilities and all that. So when I think about where it's going to rank, it's going to rank well because it's a good roguelike. But among roguelikes, it's not going to rank as high as like Returnal, because that's one of my favorite games ever. It's not going to rank as high as Dreamscaper. It's not going to rank as high as Hades, probably. But I would say somewhere right under Hades. Because I thought it was better than Enter the Gungeon, I think. I think it was better than Binding of Isaac for me. There are definitely some... where it's going to really... I don't think I liked it as much as Crypt of the Necrodancer. Crypt of the Necrodancer was harder. So, you know, it might make top 100, though. Maybe. If not, probably top 150. It was an excellent game. But again, I love roguelikes. They don't have to do a lot to really please me. So, yeah, the game ended so abruptly, I wasn't really prepared to formulate my thoughts. So I'm not sure I have that much more to say. But it was a great game. It does expose an issue that I have with roguelikes in general, in that they don't know how to end. It's hard to get a clear ending in a roguelike. You don't usually get it. I'm so happy when I do, but I don't think I've ever beaten a roguelike and gotten credits. I had to pull this from the main menu. It just never happens. Why can't I have credits at some point, you know? Jesus. Anyway, that's it. We did it. I did really enjoy it. Alright, last order of business. Have a nice death. It's been fun. But we are now going to delete you from our console and never play you again. Bye!